Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be reading together, so please open your book at page 194. The title of our text is Explorer of the Deep Sea. The genre, it is a biography and is written by Steve Killen. So let's start. There is an amazing world under the sea, full of wild and beautiful creatures. One man, more than any other, helped us to learn about it. His name was Jacques Yves Cousteau. He was born in Saint-André de Cubzac, French of June 11, 1910. When he was just 4 years old, he learned to swim, which was the beginning of his lifelong love of the sea. When he was 10 years old, he moved with his family to New York, and they lived there until he was 12. In America, he learned English and continued to swim and snorkel whenever he had change. Jacques went to summer camp in Vermont, but because he refused to participate in horseback riding, the camp director sent him to pick up garbage at the bottom of the lake to make it safer for swimming. This is where Jacques first learned to hold his breath underwater for long periods of time. Around the time Jacques returned to France with her family, he became interested in mechanical objects and how they work. First, he bought a movie camera, then he took it apart, paying close attention and he resembled it. After that, he started filming everything around him. Jacques was always asking questions about how things work, but despite Jacques' curiosity, he did not do well in school. He got in trouble a lot, so his parents decided to send him to a boarding school. When he graduated school, he went to French Naval Academy and finally joined the Navy. In the Navy, Jacques traveled all over the world. He took his camera with him on his journeys and took many photos of the different places he visited. He loved his camera almost as much as he loved the sea. With his photos, he learned he could show other people places they had not been. In 1933, Jacques was in a terrible car accident. He was badly hurt and broke both arms. To help his arms heal and make them stronger, he swam. Swimming seemed to be the answer to any problems Jacques had. To make Jacques' swimming even more enjoyable, his friend Philip gave him goggles so he could see underwater. He couldn't believe that he saw. He fell in love with the beauty of the animals and plants that made their home in the sea. This is when he decided to make underwater exploration his life's work. In 1943, Jacques became friends with Emily Gagnan, an engineer who shared his friend in discovery, because they were both smart, determined, and willing to work hard to solve problems. Jacques thought they could work together to make exploring the ocean easier and safer. The first diving suits used for breathing underwater were really heavy and the airflow wasn't controlled well, so the diver could only stay underwater for short periods of time. Jacques and Emile spent hours trying many different things to make the equipment better. In 1943, together, the friends developed the Aqualung, a tank of air a diver wore in his back with a tube leading to his mouth. The Aqualung let a swimmer breathe in a very deep water without the heavy helmet and air tube going to the ship. The diver could move around more easily. Now Jacques could explore places no one had before. We call this year scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Once Jacques' friend Philip helped him see underwater with goggles, now Jacques could help Philip breathe underwater. In 1948, Jacques taught Philip and other divers to use the Aqualung. They made an underwater expedition in the Mediterranean. C. To a Roman shipwreck. It was the first underwater archaeology work. Today, shipwrecks are popular places for divers to explore to learn about history or just to get a view into the past. Around this time, Jax also helped develop an underwater camera that could be used in deep water. This invention would change his life and the way we learn about the oceans. Jack's neighbor Marcel Icac shared his passion for exploration, and together they made the first French underwater movie titled 19 Meters Deep. Jacques taught other divers to use the camera, and the crew made another movie called Shipwrecks. Underneath their diving suits, the deep sea explorers wore special clothes because the temperature at the bottom of the ocean was so cold. Jacques always wore a red hat, which became an icon for all deep sea divers.